Hey guys, it's Max from Closed In, and today I want to show you how we track website visitors. Just for context, at Closed In, we run go-to-market systems and execute strategies for B2B clients in a broad range of niches using Clay most of the time. What I have here is a Clay table, and I want to show you how we actually track website visitors and what we do with that data. Because in my opinion, website visitors is super interesting because it shows intent from the prospect. Basically, Clay has a native integration for tracking website visitors. You can input your domain and have like a tracking link. It de-anonymizes on company level, so you don't get the exact prospect that was on your website, but you get the company. And I'm also going to show you how we go from company to prospect so that we can actually do the outreach at the end. Here we have a list of our own website visitors. Here at the bottom, I have an example. It's actually me. I was on our website, and here you can see what type of data that we find. We get the LinkedIn of the company, the name, the amount of employees, the founding year, a bunch of interesting information, follower count, revenue. From there, we are having all that data in the table. And from there, we pull the first enrichment, which is like a CRM HTTP API call. So what we do here is we actually have close as a CRM. So we check inside of close if this lead is in our CRM. And with lead in this instance, I mean the company, so the domain. If it is, we don't want to include it in an outbound campaign because generally it means either they are already a client or they're somewhere in the pipeline, which means we probably want to do like a personal outreach to them and not automate it like this, what we're doing here. If they're not found, we look for people within the company. And we try to find the highest job title. So generally that's going to be the owner or the founder, something like that. We push that to a second table, which we have over here. So here, let me scroll to the bottom again. We can see that we find people at the domains from the company find that we have here. We get the domain, also the LinkedIn profile of the company. And then again, we do a CRM check. In this instance, it's for the person, so the specific prospect, not the company, because sometimes the prospect is in the CRM, but the company didn't get triggered right. So it's basically like a double verification layer. Then if they're not found, they go to the next stage, which in this instance is a Slack message. So we have a specific Slack channel dedicated to our website visitors. And I can show you the message that we send there. So basically we say new website visitor, full name of the prospect, the job title of the prospect, their company domain, and then the question if we want to add the lead to campaign. And in the Slack channel, you get like an approve or deny button. And the reason that we have this is that website visitors are not always ICP. So we can have a company that is on our website, which is maybe like a very large company coming on our website like completely random. And when we see that, we have the human in the loop that can approve or deny, so that we don't just push everything randomly into a campaign and basically waste credits on them. Because here we have the approve or deny. If we approve, there's a function that is running, which is a new, literally a new function from Clay that they released recently, where we can combine multiple enrichments together. And the enrichments that we have in here is, first of all, an email enrichment to find the address of the prospect. And afterwards, we validate it. So I can show you. First of all, we have like the email waterfall, which you don't see here. But if we get the email, it goes to a Million Verifier, which is our verification tool that we like to use. If it's valid, then it goes to the next stage. If it's a catch-all, we like to use Bounce Ban. It's for us a super nice way to validate a lot of catch-alls and actually have more emails to reach out to, because we never send to catch-alls. And we get the safety status. So we have a formula there that basically says, is this email safe to send to or not? You can see the result from that function over here. So first we get the email, the work email, and then the safety status, either safe or not. If it's safe, it again passes to the next stage. There we want to check if this prospect is from the Netherlands or not. Because we have the final stage of this table, we push it to a campaign, and we want to know if the copy needs to be Dutch or English. Here we have a simple formula, basically saying if the location contains any of the following words, output true, otherwise output false. And it becomes a checkbox. Then we normalize the company domain, or the company name actually, because sometimes you're going to see like crazy characters in there and we don't want to mention it like that in the specific outreach. And then we push to a campaign. So either if they're Dutch, it goes to a Dutch campaign. If they're not from the Netherlands, we just all push them to an English campaign. And Then in the campaign, the specific messaging that we put, because I think that's like an interesting part, because for some people maybe it might feel a little bit like intrusive, like you go to somebody's website and then you receive a cold email from them. So I feel like the messaging there is quite important, and I like to have it like really soft. And we like to structure it something like, hey, your company has been on our radar for a while. I saw that someone on your team has recently been on our website, and I wanted to reach out to check if there was a specific reason or that you would like to get in touch. Basically something like that. And this is also a type of play that I like to focus on LinkedIn. So in this specific instance, we push to instantly, but we also have like our own LinkedIn outbound automation that we set up through Unipile, where we have the LinkedIn API, so that we can also reach out to them over LinkedIn, because I feel like it's a bit more personal, and because there's already the intent of them visiting the website, I think that's an interesting extra touch. It feels more personal than email, in my opinion, and the acceptance rate there is pretty high. You open the conversation. That's kind of like how we structure it. So good luck implementing this for yourself, and that was it for this one. Good luck, guys. Bye bye.